Hello and welcome to Numeristical, bringing you the picks of the day for Saturday, September 7th. It is 9:45 in the morning here in California. Makes it 12:45 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. Let's start, as always, by reviewing the picks from yesterday. So we had one pick on the money line yesterday, and it was a big underdog, and it won. It was the Rockies plus 209. They beat the Brewers 3-2. So we picked up a nice 2.09 units there on that bet. And for the day, combined totals and money line, we are now up 1.8 units for the season. The totals model is up 9.85 units for the season. The money line is down 8.04 units for the season. On the spreads, we won with the Rockies. We unfortunately lost with the other two. The Phillies destroyed the Marlins. White Sox were up 1-0, lost 3-1, so just managed to not cover the spread, so we took a loss there. Of course, we won the Rockies over the Brewers as they went outright. So net in the spreads model, we were down a touch over a unit, so we are now down 0.9 units for the season on the spreads model. Let's move into today's action. Starting with the money lines, here's the full set of games and the probabilities the model has put on each of those games. And if we scroll down, the model is telling us to look at 2 home teams and 3 away teams for the day. First home team it likes is the Pirates. Pirates got rained out yesterday. They're playing a doubleheader today. The game they were looking at is the Parker-Keller matchup. And the model says to bet on this one if you could find minus 123. Let's take a look at the Pirates, and we're not getting a minus 123. We're getting minus 135. So it doesn't look like we're going to find a bet there. Next up, Yankees and the Cubs. The model likes the Cubs if you can get 129. It's showing 120. Let's take a look. The Cubs. 129. We're not quite getting there. We're getting a 127, but not 129. So no bet there. Next up, 3 visiting teams. First visiting team it likes is the Rays going to visit the Orioles. Says to bet on the Rays as an underdog if you can get 165. Let's see if we can find that. 165 on the Rays. Again, not quite getting there. 162. So no bet there. Next up, the Rockies again against the Brewers. It says to bet them at 245. Let's take a look. Rockies. Yeah, and you see we could get 257 at Circa. Nowhere else says 245, but Circa comes through with 257. So let's go ahead and put the Rockies down again at plus 257. Okay. And finally, the White Sox. Of course, what day would be complete without considering the White Sox? Garrett Crochet is pitching. Model says to bet them at 146. And it looks like we'll find a bet there because it looks like we're showing 160 already. Let's take a look. And sure enough, we could get as high as 171 at Heritage. So let's go ahead and do that. White Sox plus 171. Okay, my 2 favorite teams to bet on, the Rockies and the White Sox. So that's what we have on the money line for today. Let's take a look at the totals. Here's the set of games and the points and probabilities. Model wants us to look at 2 unders, 1 over. First under it likes is Pirates Nationals. This is Ortiz versus Hertz. I think it's the same game we looked at yesterday. And again, the model's saying if you get minus 103, it's worth a bet at 8.5. Let's click over to totals. Pirates, wrong game. We want this game. And Pirates 8.5. You see, we're getting minus 115 across the board pretty much. Although, oh wait, there's one here at 105, but we wanted 103. So we're still not getting the 103. So no bet there. Next up, Padres Giants Two very strong pitchers. Point is 7. Model still likes the under if you can get even money. Let's take a look. And we're not going to get even money at the 7 under. The best we're seeing is minus 111. So no bet there. And finally, one over. Cubs, Yankees, point is 7.5. Model likes the over if you can get minus 113. At 7.5, correct? Yes, 7.5. And here you see we do get 7.5 minus 113 at Heritage, which is exactly what we need. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Cubs, Yankees over 7.5. Yankees, Cubs over 7.5. Again, I didn't look at the wind at Wrigley. It's a home game at Wrigley. It might be the winds are blowing in or something. But nevertheless, we're just going to follow the model. 113, that's what we got at, right here, 7.5. 7.5 over at 113, minus 113. So let's go ahead and mark that down, minus 113. Okay. That's all we got for totals. Let's move on to the spreads model. Here are the games and the probabilities against the various points. And model wants us to look at 2 home teams, 2 away teams. First home team is again the Pirates at the National, or hosting the Nationals, and saying if you get Pirates plus 1.5 to take it at minus 195. And that again is the Parker Keller game. So let's take a look. Parker Keller, Pirates. So see, they're showing Pirates minus 1.5 here. So let me just scroll and see. So for the Parker Keller, Pirates minus 1.5, you need plus 190. Minus 1.5, yeah, we're not getting over plus 190. So no bet there. Next one, Diamondbacks Astros, interesting. Likes the Astros minus 1.5 if you can get 146. A little bit of a reach, but let's see. Houston minus 1.5, getting plus 134, but we wanted 146, so no bet there. Next up, the Rockies once again. Rockies plus 1.5. Says take it at 123. Plus 123 for the Rockies plus 1.5. Plus 123 for the Rockets. And yeah, we get plus 131 here at Circa. Interesting. Circa is against the Rockies more than most of the other bookies. So, you know, almost approaching the point of our arbitrage, 131 and 138 over here. So you're getting close to an arbitrage opportunity. But we'll take the Rockies plus 1.5, plus 131. So let's go over here. Worked for us yesterday. We had Rockies in both places and won it. Let's see if we can pull it off again. Plus 1.5, plus 131. And next, finally, the White Sox again, plus 1.5. Says you want minus 137, and you'll probably get it. Plus 1.5, we can get minus 123 over here. So we'll go ahead and do that. White Sox plus 1.5, minus 123. Okay, so that's all we got for today. Rockies and White Sox, we got them both on the money line and plus 1.5 on the spreads. And we got the Yankees Cubs over 7.5 at minus 113. That's what I got. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.